What's up, you guys? It's Levi here. Welcome to the Cybersecurity Education channel. Well, what do you know? It's that time of the month again where I'm going to reel in some phishing emails to talk about in November of 2019. For those of you guys that are new to my channel, each and every single month, I talk about my top 3 phishing emails from that previous month. And I talk about this every single month because I want you guys to have a template of your head when you see these phishing emails come in that, hey, I should pay attention to these things that Levi is pointing out in this video, or hey, I've seen Levi talk about this phishing email before, and a red light comes off in your head so that you don't fall for it and get things such as fraud, your account stolen, identity theft, your computer hijacked by a hacker, or money stolen from you, or having your entire organization being taken down because you fell for one of these phishing emails. So make sure to go back and check those other phishing videos out from the previous months to learn more from those, as well as watching this video so that you can learn from November of 2019's phishing incidents that I'll be talking about. And I'm asking a favor of you guys to make sure that you're sharing this video with everybody that you know so that they don't fall for this phishing email stuff and they can learn how to prevent this phishing email and all these terrible cybersecurity things from happening to them. Another way that you can help me out here is by smashing that like button, hitting the subscribe button, hitting that notification bell to promote my content up in the YouTube algorithm so that more people on YouTube can see my content and be able to protect themselves as well. All right, it's that time of the year where you guys are really looking forward to getting that pay raise for your next year. You're on the lookout for an email, or you're on the lookout for your supervisor to contact you about getting that 100% raise that you guys deserve. If you're going to get a raise, you're going to be sharing part of that raise with me because I'm putting my contact information down below so that you guys can share it with me because you guys are so wonderful. Just kidding, but leave a comment down below if you really feel like doing that and we can work something out. Alright, so of course scammers are going to be taking advantage of this, and they're going to send you a fake email pretending like you're getting a raise. You get this wonderful employee salary November 2019 email. And here's a template of what it would look like. Dear example, or whatever your name is. As already announced, this year's wage increase will start in November of 2019 and will be paid out for the first time in December with a recalculation as of November. All you have to do is click this wonderful link here to view what your raise is. It's as simple as that, right? And you're all super excited because normally you probably don't get a raise in November, and you're just absolutely excited. So what do? You go ahead and click on the link. Boom! You get this Office 365 login page. All you gotta do is enter your password and you'll be able to see your raise for this month and the upcoming year. So you go ahead and enter that password. Boom! Guess what? That attacker just got your Office 365 password, and if you do not have two-factor authentication turned on, they can do whatever the F they want with your email account. Any accounts that you have tied to that email account, they can just send a password recovery request to those accounts and be able to get into those accounts. And they can commit scams against other email addresses in your address book and try to steal money from other users and things like that. So not a good thing. So what can you guys learn from this situation so that you guys don't fall for this? Or that you can be protected if you do fall for this. So this is just obviously just a template that was going around. It's not the exact email that you would get, but it's pretty similar. The first thing that you'd want to check out in this email is the address that you're getting this email from even legit. Do you normally get an email from your HR department or something like that? Does it match that email address? If it doesn't, that should be a red flag. Another thing that you might want to think about is, Do you get emails like this, or does your boss tell you about your raises and then you get an email like this? Is it even the right time of the year for your raises to be announced, or do you have your raises announced later on in December or mid-year or something like that? If you don't normally get your raises announced this time of the year, that should raise a red flag in your brain. Spelling and grammar in the email, does it look legit? Does it look like it's right? In this email, the R should be capitalized. There should be a comma down at the bottom. That's just some minor things that I've seen. I mean, it can happen. You can have misspellings, but it shouldn't be very common from an HR department, right? That should be a red flag if you see that. All right, and there's a link in this email, and every previous phishing video that I've done, I've talked about you guys need to hover over those links before you click on them. Each and every email that you have where you're going to click a link, you have to hover over those. This email is a little bit misleading because it's obviously an example email, but in this case, it actually goes out to https://salary365.web.app, and then it has a little bit of a random address after it. Probably not something that would be related to what your work is sending out, right? That's a red flag right there. So, just make sure that you're taking the extra time when you get emails like this. They're going to be really, really tempting because you want to see what your raise is, because raises are very important to people, right? But it doesn't matter what your email is. You got to take the time to think in your head, to go through the processes that I've talked about, and to ask yourself, is this email legit? Before you do take any action on an email, you should be doing that with each and every email that you get, taking that little bit of extra time before you make an action. All right, but so let's say that you do fall for this email, you click that link. How can you protect yourself on that next page? So this page gets a lot of people because your email address is already pre-populated in that page. You're like, oh, I just need to enter my password. It looks like a legit Office 365 or Microsoft login page. But before you ever log in to a Microsoft page, always look at that top address bar. If you look at that top address bar, does that look like it goes to a Microsoft address? No. Salary.365.web.app does not look like a Microsoft address, right? And if you're logging into an Office 365 login page, because that link is not an Office 365 link, or it's not a Microsoft link, you should not log in to that login form. Because once you submit your login information, boom, the attackers got your password, and they can do whatever the F they want to your account. Which brings me up to the final point of how you can protect yourself is make sure that you have multi-factor authentication turned on each and every account that you can that has a login form. If you don't have that turned on, you need to turn that on right now. And I'll post a link down in the description for Microsoft Office so that if you don't have it turned on, you guys can check that out and be able to turn it on. All right, so the next case that I've reeled in for November of 2019, and most organizations at some point in time, you have to reset your password. And of course, somebody has to take advantage of that, right? You get this handy dandy password expiration email. Basically, it's telling you that your account password expires today, and you can use the button below to continue with the same password. Because me being in IT, I know that you guys love this, and it's so great because you guys can use the same password and not have to use a different one. The users absolutely hate it. So you're so excited, you're like,
oh, I'm so excited. I finally don't have to change my password. All I gotta do is click this link and I can keep using the same password. This is so awesome.
So what do? You go ahead and you click that link, not even thinking, and you'll get redirected to your login for your email. This is just an example.com one, but you can get redirected to Office 365, Gmail, whatever your email account is. You'll enter your information in on that page, and then boom. Guess what? If you don't have multi-factor authentication turned on, that attacker's got your email credentials, and they can do terrible stuff to you. All right, so what can you guys learn to help protect yourselves from falling for this specific phishing incident? If you're working at an organization and you get this email, is this sender even a legit sender that you normally get emails from? Is it from your IT department? Is a normal address for your IT department or your HR department or whatever address you get emails like this from? Do you normally get password reset emails? If you don't, then that should be ringing red flags in your head while you're getting this all of a sudden. Like we talked about in the last phishing email, hover over that link and see where it's going. Does it even actually go to a place that you would reset your password for? For instance, if you had an Office 365 email account, does it even go to a Microsoft link or does it go to something else? As always, look for spelling and grammar on the email. Does it look spelling and grammar free? Down at the bottom of this email, you can see security management is all in lowercase, which is kind of weird. Should be uppercase in my opinion. If you get password reset emails, do they even look anything like this? If you're going through all these processes in your head and you're like,
oh man, I'm not really sure if this email is legit.
if you have IT for your organization, make sure to go ahead and contact them and see if this is legit before you go and take an action like this. If they say it's legit, then obviously you're good to go. If you don't have IT to contact, just go ahead and delete it if you're not sure. It's better to be safe than sorry. And also, this seems too good to be true. Why would an organization or a site make you reset your password but then allow you to keep your password by just signing in, right? Doesn't that seem kind of suspicious? If it's too good to be true, it probably is. And then what do you do if you fall for this? Once again, make sure to check the link in the address bar to make sure it matches whatever you're trying to log into. And then I cannot stress this enough. Make sure that you're turning on multi-factor authentication for each and every website that supports it so that if you fall for something like this, they have to get that second factor to be able to get in your account. Otherwise, your password's going to be worthless to them. All right, and then finally, the third email that I fished in this month in November of 2019 is the best one out there. It's the lamest one out there, actually. And I hope that none of you guys fall for this, but I'm putting it out there because I want you guys to be aware of it. All right, so there's this Excel Word document phishing scam that's going on. Basically, it's coming from your Excel team. Minister _Lufla mon.gov.mk. I mean, you can already see where this is going.
WTF is the sender.
But anyway, you will not be able to open Excel or any document file due to the system delay.
Oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to open any documents because of a system delay. I gotta click this link down here that says configure Excel and PDF settings so that I can keep doing my work so I don't get fired.
So what do? You go ahead and you click that link and you get this very deceiving form that's way better than that email that you just saw, right? So you go ahead and you type in your email and your password and you click the submit button and boom. Guess what? That attacker's got your password to your email account or whatever account that you put in there, and they can do whatever the F they want with that account unless you had multi-factor authentication turned on it. All right, so what can you guys do to help protect yourselves from falling for this? As I talked about previously, look at the email sender here, Excel team, Minister Luftu at mon.gov.mk. WTF is the sender. That should be a dead giveaway right there that this is a scam. All right, but if that's not a dead giveaway enough, look at the title of this, Excel update, and then it has these random characters inside of here. Not very professional looking, right? And then there's an attachment that has a FedEx thing. What does that have to relate to Excel or Word? Why would you have a FedEx attachment in here? So that's weird itself. And then you just look at the layout of this email. Like, it totally looks like the person that wrote this was from the 90s and they watched way too much of the Smurfs or something. Like, it just looks like a old 90s looking email, old fashioned, outdated. So that should be a red flag. And then there's also some misspellings and things in here. You will not be able to open Excel or any file due to system delay. It just sounds kind of weird. It doesn't really sound very professional. That link down below doesn't really look very professional. That whole email doesn't look very professional. But let's say you click on the link, you fall for it, you like the Smurfs and you decide to click on it anyway, or just not paying attention. So we get to the second page, and this second page can be very convincing if you fell for the first page. And I want to point out, in the address bar, you can see that's going to SharePoint.com. You want to check that address bar before you ever give out login information. And this page doesn't even look like a Microsoft login page. So that should be another sign. But you can see that this is going to SharePoint.com. It's not going to like Microsoft.com, Office365.com. It's a SharePoint form. It's not even a login form. And basically, you'll submit your information inside of there, and then that information gets sent over to the attacker because it's a form. And the funny thing is, if you look at the bottom of this form, it says never give out your password in bold. So if you're reading the whole thing, you should realize to never give out your password. Because it's a form, Microsoft puts that down at the bottom so that you guys can recognize that and be like, hey, I shouldn't be putting my password in this form. So yeah, that's how you can avoid that scam, but I think it's so over the top. I had to include it in my top 3 for this month. Like I talked about previously, make sure that you have multi-factor authentication turned on for every online account that you have. So if you fall for something like this, it's not going to affect you, because the attacker then needs your second factor to be able to get into your account. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. Make sure to smash that like button if you like this video. Leave a comment below if you have any questions. Thank you for watching, guys, and have a great day.